Some who have heard me before know that I usually preach based in the gospel, but today I would like to change that. If I have some time, I'm going to say something about the gospel, but I'm going to focus in the responsorial psalm. It's beautiful. I was preparing and was doubting how to preach today. I decided I'm going to go with the responsorial psalm. But first, I would like to invite you to read the whole psalm. It's Psalm 107. It has 43 verses, and we don't have in our liturgy the whole psalm. We have only verse 23 to 31. So we don't have as I was saying, the whole psalm. Let me give you a very short structure of the psalm. I'm going to read verse 1 because that is telling us what it's all about. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his loving kindness is everlasting. So it's an invitation to say thank you to God, to give thanks to God, because his loving kindness is everlasting. Loving kindness in English, and in Hebrew is hesed, can be translated by love, kindness, mercy, and I think that's it. That's the idea. In today's responsorial psalm, the liturgy, let me check now. In verse 31, the word hesed comes again. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his kindness. Kindness is hesed. So the whole point of the gospel, of the responsorial psalm, of the psalm, is to invite the people to recognize the divine hesed, the divine love. And it is an invitation to give thanks for that divine hesed. I'm going to say hesed from now on, okay? You know that is love, kindness, mercy. Hesed. I'm so sorry how they're going to translate hesed. Anyway, hesed. We have 4 situations in the psalm that we see that divine hesed being active in the human reality. I'm going just to mention that. It is first verse 4 to 9. There is those who are perishing from hunger and thirst. So they cry out to God, and the divine hesed intervenes, and they are saved. After that, verse 10 to 16 is those who are in prison cry out to God, and the divine hesed intervenes. After that, verse 17 to 22, those who are sick and are dying because of that sickness, they cry out to God, and the divine hesed intervenes. And lastly, today's liturgical psalm, those who are in a storm at the sea, they cry out to God, and the divine hesed intervenes. So we have 4 interventions, divine intervention, and at the end, we have the psalm has how God is the creator. So the following verses, and he is the one who is in control of everything, because he is the creator. And all of us has to be just like surrendered to that divine providence. We cannot do anything. So you see the structure. First, invitation to say thank you to God because he intervenes with his divine hesed. After that, specific examples of how he intervenes in specific situations. And after that, God as the creator and the one who is in control of everything. That's the structure of the psalm. And by the way, today's first reading is about that. God is the one who creates everything. Sometimes human beings, you and I, we want to understand what is going on in our lives, especially when things are not going in the way we have planned. Have you done that? I mean, we all do that. When things don't happen in the way we planned, we say, what's going on? Everything was under my control. I made the plans, specific plans, and we are very good making plans. So I do that, I do that, I do that. So I have to go there. And all of a sudden, what we have, that everything that we planned doesn't happen in the way we planned. The psalm is telling us, make plans, yes, but keep in mind that you are not the creator of the entire universe. So you make plans, but at the end of the day, everything may change. You make plans, but at the end of the day, the one who is under control really is not you. I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's God. This is all about that. But in the process of making plans, there is difficulties. The psalm gives us specific situations. So we get sick, for example. So we start saying, what happened, God? What's going on? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong to deserve that is happening to me or to a loved one. I am sick. I am suffering. Sometimes we don't have, I think it's not the case, but that can happen. I'm saying that it's not the case here for most of us. We don't have anything to eat, to drink. And we say, what happened? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I don't have money to buy what I need. I don't have money to just survive. Things are in the way that we didn't plan them. What happened, God? What is going on? Actually, this is what the disciples say in the gospel. What is going on? It seems that you are absent. It seems that you do not care about what is going on in my life. And this is the main complaint of human beings. We all do that. What is going on? You seem like you are sleeping. You seem that you are not taking care of my life. Please do something right now. Human crying out to God. But the beautiful thing is that God responds. And this is clear in the gospel and it's clear in today's psalm. I'm going to read it. If I can find it here, I have too many windows open and I hear. Okay. They cry out to the Lord in their distress. What's going on? You do not care? From their straits, he rescued them. He rescued them. He calms down everything. That's the divine Hesed. So the entire response of God is his Hesed. This is what begins the process of God responding to human beings. And this is what makes the relationship between us and God. I do care. I do respond to you. God is saying that, and Jesus Christ is saying, why are you terrified? Do you not yet have faith? It's like saying, I was reading, and a scholar is beautiful because God, Jesus Christ, which is God, is sleeping. So what that is telling us and teaching us, that he trusts God, his Father, and that he trusts the disciples who know how to navigate in that boat. So he's like nothing is happening. We sometimes do not trust. Many times, actually. We are terrified many times. We do not trust God because we do not have faith. enough faith, and we do not trust maybe our fellow companions in the boat who can manage what is going on. And it's beautiful. We do not trust enough. The divine Hesed, the divine intervention is going to be there. So we just have to trust God. And this is, if you want, the whole structure of the gospel and the whole invitation, the whole structure of the psalm and the whole invitation of today's readings. Remember, God is the creator. This is the basic. The basic. Job, the first reading is Job. He was asking God, he was complaining to God, why I am suffering what I am suffering. I didn't do anything wrong. God responds to him saying, you do not have to understand. When we ask why, we try to ask for explanations. Everything you say, why, is explanation. Why is an explanation? So it was Job telling God, why? So God's response is, do not try to understand anything. You cannot, with your limited mind, understand what is going on in my head. This is what God was telling him. So this is our human attitude. We always want to understand. We want to say, why I'm doing it, why? God is telling us today, do not try to understand everything. You cannot. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to surrender. We have to surrender to God. We do not understand completely, but we have to surrender, saying to God, yes, I believe that you are in charge. I am in this boat, and you are the one who is in charge. So allow me to be here without being terrified, knowing that you are in charge, in control of my life. It's beautiful, I think. It is beautiful. If we understand that, I think many things, now you may say it's very easy to say it, but maybe true. Many things are going to be comprehensible, actually, in my opinion. So today, please, I think this is the invitation, try to understand that. If we understand that first, we are going to cry out. This is a human response, human attitude. It's normal. We cry out when we are in need, and God is going to respond with his loving kindness, with his Hesed. And there is one thing that I want to finish with that. There is, at the end of today's psalm, responsorial psalm, an invitation to thank God. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his kindness. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his Hesed and his wondrous deeds to the children of men. Many times have God intervened in our life. Now we have just to say thank you to him. Recognize that intervention and say thank you. So let us pray today as we continue celebrating this Eucharist, that we may be able to say thank you for those wonderful times that God has come into our aid and has helped us to be able to continue in our life. Please stand.